Hi everyone, welcome to the Whiteleyverse with me, Connor Whiteley, for another daily story with a chapter from one of my novellas. Before I start today's chapter, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you want to buy this book and any of my other fiction, then they're all available from all major ebook retailers. You can order the paperback and hardback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore and local library if you requested. Also, if you want the AI generated audiobook, then you can get it from selected audiobook platforms and library systems like Kobo, Spotify, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Baker & Taylor, Biblioteca and Overdrive. Now, here's today's chapter. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did writing it.
Chapter 1. Why doesn't the Empire terraform planets? Dr. Aaron Lawrence had always been fascinated by that simple question ever since he started studying plant biology over 40 years ago, and it turned out absolutely nobody knew why. Not his professors, not Aaron's best friends or bosses in the plant biology centers that seemed to both be everywhere and nowhere in the Empire, and not even the researchers at the Emperor's own research labs seemed to know. Aaron flat out couldn't understand why such an advanced civilization like the great human empire that definitely had the technology to terraform entire worlds, sectors, and the whole galaxy, they simply didn't use it. As Aaron sat on the perfectly warm metal seat with blue fabric lining its soft cushions of the private blade-like shuttle as it descended out of orbit of the planet Terraforma, Aaron was getting more excited about this brand new research trip that he had been especially requested for. Aaron had never traveled by private shuttle before, and it was amazing. Normally, he was stuffed into the long metal tube of a shuttle shoulder to shoulder, with dirty poor plebs of the Empire that were more focused on finding their next meal than learning about the mysteries and secrets of the universe. Of course, Aaron helped them whenever he could, and Aaron was always 1,000 credits poorer by the time he left the shuttle just so he could help those poor people, but this private shuttle was simply wonderful. The air was so much better with its hints of mint, pine, and moisture that most shuttles in the Empire simply pretended wasn't there. Normally all Aaron could smell was sweat, urine, and even poo from the other poor people, but thankfully private shuttles didn't have that problem whatsoever. Even the long metal tube with its bright and shiny silver walls were amazing compared to the normal ones on normal shuttles. It wasn't dirty, covered in dust or anything. And it was so much quieter, because on normal shuttles, Aaron guessed that the enviro systems needed to work overtime to make sure the dust and dirt didn't get into the cockpit where the high-tech instruments were. The almost silence of the shuttle was a little strange, and Aaron had hated it for ages, so he had hummed a few tunes to himself and murdered a good few popular songs. Aaron always loved going out to clubs, bathhouses to see what hot men were about, and socializing with his friends. It was his friends that were the highlight of his life, and as much as he loved his work and was dedicated to it, he really did love his friends. It was just a shame that they were on the other side of the Empire living their own lives with their own families, and Aaron was almost alone in the fact that he was still single. Thankfully, because Aaron was very rich because of his academic books, papers, and lecturing, he could easily afford high-quality rejuvenation treatments, so he didn't look a day over 30, like so many people in the Empire. Yet it still would have been nice to have a man in his life. "We'll be docking in 20 minutes, Doctor," a woman said over the ship's intercom system, "and very nice singing." Aaron just grinned. It had forgotten that shuttles had hidden cameras to monitor the cargo. Aaron really wanted the ground to swallow him up. He wasn't a good singer and he knew it. Well, at least it wasn't like he was going to ever see that woman again, so he hopefully didn't need to be embarrassed too much longer. Aaron really hoped that the female pilot would put down his bad singing to his academic casual look of black jeans, a white shirt, and hiking boots. It made him all just enough like an academic for people to take him seriously, but not so much that people wanted to run away from him at first sight. And in Aaron's experience, academics simply couldn't sing, dance, or drink very well. Aaron felt his stomach get more and more excited at the idea of docking in only 20 minutes' time, because he would finally discover who he had summoned him exactly, and most important, why had they. All Aaron knew about the people requesting his present was that his boss seemed to love them, because he was more than happy for Aaron to go and help them. These people were clearly rich because they had said they would pay for every single little expense of the trip, even if Aaron wanted to stock up on sweets before he came here. Of course Aaron didn't, but it was still a nice gesture. And Aaron knew that they had headhunted him, because his research focused on the Empire's terraforming efforts. He had barely made any progress since his doctoral thesis, which was why he mainly focused on studying alien plants and crops these days. But now that he had actually been given access to the world of Terraforma, Aaron also knew that these people had to be very influential on Earth. Aaron had tried to get access each week to Terraforma, because it was the only world that was known for the Empire trying to terraform it. Having access to the world would have helped his doctoral thesis massively, but each week Earth sent him a personal rejection that after a month turned into a form rejection. There was no way in hell that Aaron was getting access to Terraforma, but now Aaron couldn't understand what had changed and why someone wanted him to research it. As Aaron felt the shuttle start to dip and descend faster towards the docking bay, Aaron felt more and more excited. He just knew that this was going to be the start of an amazing adventure that would be filled with mystery, excitement, and plenty of secrets.
Welcome back everyone, it's me again, Connor Whiteley. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's story, because I flat out love writing, creating stories and sharing them with you. If you really enjoyed today's story, then please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the internet engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithms. And if you want to buy this short story or any of my other fiction, then they're available from all major ebook retailers, and you can get them from your local library if you requested, and you can order the paperback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore or local library if you request it. Lastly, if you want to support the channel on a one-off basis, then you can now buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Connor Whiteley. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy today's story, then please share it with them. I'm always really grateful when you wonderful people help spread the word about the channel. So, thanks for watching the Whiteleyverse, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day, everyone.